Hello everybody! This is ChristianPokemonChampion, and I'm here with my third installment of the Mono Move Challenge series, where I and another PokeTuber are to beat an entire Pokemon game using only one type of move. For my guest today, I brought the man himself.
Hey guys, my name's The Breph, and firstly a huge thank you to CPC for letting me get involved in this kooky little side project of his. I'm going to be using these steel type moves with a steel type Pokemon, and you can check out that run over on my channel. Link will be in the description, and if it isn't, whoa, CPC, we're gonna have problems, son.
Now don't forget to subscribe to both Breph and me, and click on that bell looking thing. I'm trying to do more challenge videos, and the Breph actually does a challenge video every week, so make sure you check them out. So if you don't want to miss either of us, make sure you click it, or bid it. That's my best. Lastly, please comment below after you watch both videos to tell us who you think won this versus challenge. Me? Or the person who needs to use the in their channel name to feel special. Now the rules. Just like before, I can only use one type of move. For me, I'm only allowed to use rock type moves. HM murders are allotted to Sainthood, and no items in battle are allowed. Yeet that big stat. Lastly is a moveset. For this run, the only moves I'm allowed to use are the following: Rock Blast, Smackdown, Rock Slide, Stealth Rock, Sandstorm, Stone Edge, and I'll be allowing the breeding move Rock Tomb in order to begin the challenge legitimately. Now it looks like this challenge is going to be easier than the Dragon Challenge. However, as you can see, most of these moves have less than perfect accuracy, which becomes relevant throughout the challenge, of which I'll explain soon. Other than that, let's begin! I named myself Job Jr. and replaced Tepig for Roggenrola. Disclaimer, already? Unfortunately, during these two first battles with the rivals, it is actually impossible for me to teach the breeding move Rock Tomb to Roggenrola. Trust me, I really tried. I'm forced to defeat them with a normal move. Thereafter, I named Roggenrola Breph. This way, if I fail the challenge, it'll be Breph that loses. Immediately thereafter, I taught Roggenrola Rock Tomb. You want to have a contest to see who gets the most Pokemon? Girl, please! I'm a one Pokemon man! Do I look like I need a tutorial in using free healthcare? Hamilton is the best musical ever! Huh? I don't know. I like Cat's musical personally. Wait, I just realized, if I win this challenge, then that means Breph wins. What have I done? Is that you, Bonsley? After defeating youngster Joey, I wanted to check out the gym to see whether I needed to train or not. Heads up, I chose to train. This is because I actually had a run where I missed Rock Tomb 3 times in a row. That is a 0.3% chance! Is this going to be a trend with you, Breph? After a bit, at level 17, Lillipup bit me, which flinched me. Next turn, another bite, and I KO'd them with 4 lucky Rock Blasts. Next up was Ugly Monkey. They got all worked up after my insult, and I blasted them with rocks. Next turn, they used Water Gun, and I finished them off. This was done on my 6th attempt. Skinny Jaggedy Badge! It's time to move on to beating up Team Nerd. Oh look, my brother! Is Breph so slow that he can't escape a Lillipup 11 levels lower than himself? Yo, N, get out of the way. Now, after a few attempts with fighting N, it became a little apparent that I needed to train a bit. Okay, being slow is really getting on my nerves at this point. Either way, I later defeated them at level 22. I stinking hate this puzzle. For some reason, I just can't get the rules. Wait, Lenora has an underground cave? Oh, she's definitely Batman. Herdier is first. Because of their ability, it will become a little tougher in order to do good damage. They leered me, and I got them twice. Dude, stop leering at me. Next turn, I got 3. I take down, and I finish them off. Lenora's last Pokemon, Timon, is up. She just loves leering at me. I blasted them 3 times this time. They bit me, which was accompanied by 3 leers. Luckily, I got a fantastic 5-attack Rock Blast. Stick Badge! I lost something once. I lost something that I couldn't live without. My identity. Slumber Party! Straight away, we got Berg to fight. His first Pokemon, Ball, used Struggle Bug. The struggle is real, dude. I retaliated with a KO'd Rock Slide. Next up was Leavanny. Immediately they used Protect, which wasted a turn. Why did he even have that move? Next turn they threw some leaves at me, and I was able to defeat them with a needed crit. Last was Dwebble, which lost to 1 Rock Slide. This gym took 4 attempts since Leavanny was a bit tougher than the other 2. A wing that we took off a Bug Badge! I think I'll put glasses on you. Beautiful. Now, are you Zoroark? Is that a no? At the 4th gym, 2 flying-type Pokemon on your team? Easy peasy, kites and breezy. Unfortunately, because Grace Kelly was much tougher than I presumed, I had to train quite a bit again. Finally, after... Didn't check. Okay. This is why you have to edit your script, guys. Emolga used Volt Switch to get into the second Emolga. Due to Volt Switch being a special attack, this was the reason for this gym's difficulty. Now as you can see, I had Breph level up mid-battle. I thought this would be a really interesting strategy in order to survive the Emolga attacks. She brought out the same Emolga once more, using Volt Switch again, bringing out Zebstrika to be brought down by my rocks, Kane style. Dang, this Emolga does not want to fight Breph. Lastly, because I was finally able to tank their final attack, I was able to take this gym down. Also, I didn't count the number of attempts because I am lazy. Harry Potter badge! Come close to me, minions. I need your warmth. Hold on, I need to heal. Stay here. Do you think Clay went a little too far in his quarantine? Now I gotta say, gyms 3 and 4 were much more annoying than my presumptions. I have rocks, bugs and Emolgas are weak to rocks, but there were things that made them a little tougher than I expected. But Clay was way easier than I thought. I honestly thought I would add a training montage here, but I literally won in my first attempt. Really weird. For Krokorok, they tormented me, while I used Stone Edge hoping to KO them. Unfortunately they didn't. Because of this they were healed. This continued on to the second turn. They confused me whereby I got through and took them down. Palpatine tried making their third Star Destroyer, but I Skywalkered him, and Exit Drill is up. The Pokemon that I thought would be the reason for about 50 attempts. They honed their claws, and I used Rock Tomb to hopefully slow them down enough. Not so, but I survived their slash, where I used Stone Edge to deal as much damage as I possibly can. Surprisingly, they slashed instead of healed, and thankfully I won next turn. Cut in half Diglett badge! Gong. Gong. Ow. Since there's really nothing really all that important between gyms 5 and 6, let's go ahead and try them out. Because the last 3 gyms ended unexpectedly, I was halfway expecting to have at least a tough time with Bird Lady, but they're Bird Lady, so of course I won in my first attempt. First off is mediocre Gold Battle Wannabe. They use Amnesia. Ha! You fool! I used Rock Slide and took them out. Next was Swanna. They used Aqua Ring and they lost to 1 attack. I also thought there'd be a little more trouble. Her final Pokemon Unfezant unnecessarily used Leer, which gave me the win. Dirty disgusting feather we found on the ground badge! Jump! Now let's fight the dude that ruined my PokemonBlack Randomizer Christian Nuzlocke series. Ice Cream Cone is up first. Ooh, vanilla flavor. Since I, of course, have the advantage, I took them out in 1 attack, despite them using Acid Armor. Beertech is next and they use the Swagger, boosting my attack. I got through and defeated them. Ha! It looks like global warming isn't gonna take you down, Polar Bear. Don't get real, CPC. Kragna was last and they used Reflect, which concerned me. Gratefully, I got through all of this in 1. The Wimpod badge! Why are you such a tough rival all of a sudden? Wait, why are you here? Let's fight overdoing it with the beard guy. Fracture is first. They dance in front of me, but I was strong enough to KO them. Next is Murica Dragon. They slashed me. I Stone Edged them, by which they survived. Next time they healed, but luckily the RNG gave me the win. Last up is Haxorus. They also danced, and I interestingly enough destroyed them with 1 Stone Edge. Blunt Object from the Middle Ages badge. I want my money, and I want it now! We are actually now at the Poke League, but prior to beginning our trudge, I already know that the level that we're on is not going to be enough to win. In fact, this is a great time to do a singing montage. But this time, you'll be the singer. I'll be singing the song We Will Rock You by Queen, so I'm sure you know the song. Pretty fitting song, eh? I'll be doing the melodies, and I'll still be doing the chorus parts, but quietly. Because I want you guys to be singing the We Will Rock You parts. Now I'm trusting you guys. Y'all ready? Buddy, you're born making big noise, playing in the street, gonna be a big man someday. You got mud on your face, big disgrace, kicking your can all over the place, singing we will rock you. We will rock you. Buddy, you're a young man, hard man, shouting in the street, gonna take on the world someday. You got blood on your face, a big disgrace, waving your banner all over the place, singing we will rock you. We will rock you. Buddy, you're an old man, poor man, pleading with your eyes, gonna get you some peace someday. Got mud on your face, a big disgrace, somebody better put you back in your place. Do it! We are finally done with training. These are the stats that we got. The physical attack and defense are not too bad. Special attack basically means nothing, but that's special defense and speed. We might have some tough times ahead, guys. First off is Chantel. Caphagrisis. however you say that name, seems to be slow and subject to big boulders, so one rock slide was enough for them. Golurk, due to their ground typing, I need a little more damage. One rock slide wasn't enough, however. If he used curse like he just did now, one took them out, but now I have to make sure I survive his curse. Next is Jellicent. Because they have water attacks and was faster than me, I had to equip Quick Claw to Breph, which just one Stone Edge did it. Last up is Chandelier. I'm gonna swing on the chandelier. On the chandelier. Anyway, that's that. If I could just survive their attack, I have faith I can take them out. And like I predicted, the weaknesses to Rock gave me the win. This was done in 34 attempts. Not a lot, but because of my low speed and special defense, I feel like it's going to be a really tough Elite Four, guys. Grimsley is thereafter. I don't really feel safe. For Grimsley, I figured that speed wasn't a necessity since after experimenting, I just needed to make sure I survived their attacks. So I just switched out the Quick Claw for Bright Powder, making it so that my opponent has a 10% chance of missing their attack. With Scrafty, they immediately missed their first attack due to Bright Powder. I attacked with Rock Slide, they break my brick, and I slide them with rocks. I wanted to quickly mention that Scrafty has Sand Attack, which made this Elite Four member very irritating to fight, especially since all my attacks already have a chance of missing already. Up next is Krokorok. Their Intimidation lowered my attack. They quick the earth. In order for Breph to defeat them, I would need them to either miss their attack with Bright Powder, or I would need a crit. Luckily this time I got the crit, which again was weakened due to their intimidation and the fact that rock attacks are ineffective against ground type Pokemon. Bisharp is up, and they're the one I dreaded the most since the very beginning of this challenge. They used Metal Claw, which buffered their attack. In response I got a lovely crit at Stone Edge. Honestly I overestimated them because I completely forgot how good my physical defense is. Last is Liepard. They faked me out, clinching me, but gratefully normal attacks are ineffective against Breph. Next turn they slashed me with Night, and I was strong enough to defeat Grimsley with a single Rock Slide. This was done after 20 attempts. Well, they're comfy in their quarantine time. The next Elite Four member is Caitlyn. For this member, I figured that Quick Claw would be a little more useful since I needed to be faster than their Pokemon. Although it didn't seem all that important because their Pokemon are also pretty slow and their defense is pretty low. Ryun and Kliss lost to one Rock Slide. Ugly Sigilyph got me with a Psychic, but I got them with a Rock Slide. Got to tell wasted their turn with a Calm Mind. Thereby, I KO'd them. Last up is Musharna, who is slow. So a Stone Edge was the final blow. Sorry about the rhymes. I was watching Hamilton while beating Caitlyn. I won on my second attempt. Way easier than I thought they'd be, honestly. Now I cannot procrastinate any longer. I have to fight the scariest Elite Four member. Marshall. First was Ernie. Surprisingly, I'm faster, so I used Rock Slide. They tried to use Bulldoze. They missed due to Bright Powder. Next turn, I defeated them with Stone Edge. For Conkeldurr, I used Rock Slide and got a flinch. Then I feinted them with a Stone Edge. Mienshao was next. They flung a foot at me, and I got a strong Rock Slide on them, leading them to heal. While they were healing, my attack was enough to win. For Bert, they flung a hand at me, and I used Rock Slide. Alright, this is my chance. You can handle at least 2 hits, Breph. They healed. My attack missed. Hiya! Ricola! Okay, just don't get unlucky. Next turn. This time around, Mienshao missed their jump kick, allowing me to defeat them. Anyway, back to Sock. They chopped me, and I used Rock Tomb first, so that Rock Slide didn't get them to healing range. Last move, I attacked them with Rock Slide. This was attempt number 16 after the original 12 attempts from before, making a total of 28 attempts. Even still, despite this annoyance, it was quite easier than I presumed. You know, these steps aren't that bad after walking them so many times. What happened to my pupils? Hallelujah! Hallelujah! Here I come to save the day! I live! Now that I caught the legendary Pokemon that I didn't want to catch in the first place, let's fight Trucker N. Oh, he heals me before the battle? Well, I wasted an elixir and a hyper potion for no reason. Legend says that 2 dragons are to clash with one another. It is fate. But little did you know, N, is that Breph is the other dragon. Now heads up, this was really a really tough battle, guys. So parts of it will be in Turbo. Our first opponent is our mortal enemy. They immediately use Fusion Bolt, while I choose to open up with Stealth Rock. Next I chose to waste the setup by using Light Screen. Dude, I only use physical attacks anyway. Next they healed. I attacked, and because of Quick Claw, I was able to outspeed Zekrom for the win. Next is Kinkling. They often use Focus Blast, which would usually KO me, so I needed the Quick Claw to allow me to beat them. You lied to me! You're not Kinkling! Next was my least favorite Pokemon from Gen 5. Since I used Stealth Rock earlier, I was able to bypass their Sturdy ability and defeat them with Stone Edge. With Double Scoop, I had to outspeed them again because they have Blizzard, which would normally defeat me. Is that you, Klinkling? I used Stone Edge, and they used Metal Sound. Now I have to outspeed, otherwise they would destroy me. To my astonishment, I outsped them to defeat them. Once beating Metal Gear, last up was Archeops. Quick Claw allowed me to outspeed them. Although, I don't think it was actually necessary, but I have finally won. After 200 attempts. Now, that was technically not my top 3 worst battles of all time, but it was a horrible match nonetheless. Yes, we have to fight another opponent after that terrible battle. But let's make this one count. Our first victim was Cofagrigus. No idea if I pronounced that correctly. A single Stone Edge was enough. He has Toxic, so beating them quickly is best. Hydreigon had to miss in order for me to beat them. Afro Buffalo did miss their attack because of Bright Powder, and I got them. Seismitoad was a really tough one here. They missed their initial attack, and Stone Edge took a lot of HP. Next turn we both missed. They missed their attack once again. Dang! I then defeated them. I was lucky because just one attack from them destroyed my HP. Now that we got Seismitoad down, the reason for the turbo in the first place, now we can go back to normal speed. Bisharp used my own move against me, but because of my great defense, I tanked it. I rock slided, taking half. They used Stone Edge again, and I finished them off. Electrosis last. Oh, please, just don't mess up this time. They used Flamethrower, and I missed. Don't do this to me! That was a lot of spittle that came out of my mouth. They used Flamethrower again, and we finally won. And while it did only take about 85 attempts, this was definitely not a very fun battle either. Ultimately, this particular challenge of this mono move series was definitely the worst one of any of them that I've had to do. Dang, man. Now, Breph, I want to know, how did your challenge go?
How did my run go? Well, it's comparable to slathering yourself with barbecue sauce and going one-on-one against a pit bull. It may have seemed like a fun idea to begin with, but by the end of it, you are deeply regretting your life decisions. It was one of those runs. Again, huge thank you CPC for letting me get involved with this project, man. It's been a lot of fun, and hopefully, just hopefully, I may have beaten you. Because if I haven't, someone's gonna beat me with a rake. That's a joke, by the way.
After all that, Breph was put into the Hall of Fame, along with, okay, give me one sec, guys. Okay. Along with Todd, Bellsmart, Uhura, MC Hammer, Groot, Shiitake, Joseph, Jock, Kitty Cow, Coughing, Ekans, Priceless Purpose, Doug and Doug, Good Boy, Norman, and I Eat Birds. Whoa, I did that in one attempt! With an in-game count of... Roy, this game doesn't actually have a Hall of Fame. Anyway, I got an in-game count of 36 hours and 44 minutes. Ultimately, I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Please go check out Breff's side of the challenge. I'll have his video in the description, and hopefully in one of the cards that come up. If you liked the video, please consider subscribing to both of us. If you like my content, please subscribe to my channel, and don't forget to click on that bell looking thing if you don't want to miss anything. And lastly, and most importantly, if you do have any prayers, please comment below, or email me, I don't really care. These are the most important comments for me, so please make sure you do that if you have any for me. And with that, I say, bye Felicias. Now, I do want to say thank you to all my patrons real quick. Carryfu01, Wild West 16, Bad Raptor Games, Brace Mino, PG Clean, Howlin' Requiem, and apparently my family. Thank you guys for being so awesome. With that, bye Felicias.